Ahoy, fellow travelers! Captain Anthony here, at the helm of the Travel Droner channel, and today we're setting sail to the land of sunshine and salsa, Cuba. But before we embark on this journey, I have to give you a heads up about a few things you shouldn't do on this island paradise. Now, I know you're probably thinking, but Captain Anthony, I'm a seasoned traveler. I know how to behave. And you're right, you do, but trust me, Cuba has its rules, and it's best to be prepared before you set foot on its shores. So, sit back, grab a mojito, and let's go on a journey of discovery as we explore the don'ts of Cuba. Don't worry, it's all good fun, and I promise you'll still have a blast. After all, this is a vacation, not a prison sentence. So, join me on this adventure as we navigate the waters of Cuba, and make sure to follow my lead, or else you might end up on the wrong side of the law. Number 1. Don't bring bling. Well, my friends, the economy in Cuba is a bit of a tricky thing. While there are fancy resorts, the country is primarily poor. You might see signs of this economic struggle everywhere, from small towns to the streets of Havana. I know the average salary in Cuba is about $20 per month, which sounds pretty rough, so people in Cuba don't have much money to spend. So, what does this mean for you, the tourist? If you're walking around with flashy jewelry, designer watches, smartphones, and earbuds for your iPod, you might as well be waving a big sign that says, "Rob me." Street crime can happen anywhere, and when the haves show off their valuable possessions to the have-nots, it can be like a red flag to a bull. So, I advise you to leave the bling at home and instead pack a good book, a comfortable pair of shoes, and a good attitude. That way, you won't look attractive to pickpocketers, and you'll be able to enjoy your vacation without any worries. Number 2. Don't fall for the jineteros, jineteras. Jineteras and jineteros are terms used in Cuba to describe individuals who engage in illicit business with tourists, including prostitution. Jineteras are women, and jineteros are men who hustle. They're like the Cuban version of the hustlers you see in movies. But before you get any ideas, let me tell you something. Jineteras and jineteros are not your average streetwalkers. They are street smart and know how to spot a tourist from a mile away. Trust me, they will try to hustle you in every possible way, from trying to be your guide or bringing you to a shop where he gets a cut of whatever you buy. You get the idea, right? So, when you're in Cuba, watch out for the jineteras and jineteros. They're like the Cuban version of a shark in a pool full of tourists. But don't worry, just say no and enjoy your vacation without any hustle. And remember, when in Cuba, stick to the legal activities and avoid any hustles, and enjoy your vacation. Number 3. Don't talk about politics or Fidel. Now, before you get excited and start spouting off your opinions about communism and the embargo, let me give you a friendly warning. Politics in Cuba is like a minefield. One wrong step, and boom, you'll find yourself in a heated debate with a passionate local. Now, I know you might be thinking, but Captain Anthony, I just want to express my opinion. And that's great, really it is. But the thing is, in Cuba, expressing your opinion can be a bit tricky. You see, freedom of speech is not exactly at the top of the government's agenda, and discussing politics can be seen as a threat to the government's authority. So, unless you're looking to spend your vacation in a Cuban prison, I suggest you steer clear of any political discussions. Number 4. Don't use drugs or engage in illegal activities. Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. As a tourist in Cuba, there are a few things you need to know before you pack your bags and set off on your adventure. First and foremost, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the donkey in the room. Yes, I'm talking about prostitution and drug use. Now, I know you might be thinking, but Captain Anthony, I'm a good person. I would never do something like that. And I believe you. I really do. But let's be honest. When you're on vacation, it can be tempting to let loose and maybe bend the rules a little. But let me tell you, my fellow travelers, when it comes to these activities, there are no bendable rules in Cuba. Prostitution and drug use, even if it is only a joint, are not just frowned upon. They're illegal and can land you in a Cuban prison faster than you can say, "Hola, Cuba." So, before you decide to negotiate a deal with that friendly local or buy that suspicious-looking bag of magic powder, just remember, you're not in Denver anymore, Toto. You're in Cuba, and the rules are different. And trust me, you don't want to spend your vacation behind bars. So, let's all play it safe and stick to legal activities like sipping mojitos on the beach and dancing salsa. Number 5. Don't drink tap water. It's not only happening in Cuba, it's good advice for people who want to visit many developing countries. This is a friendly reminder about the liquid gold that is water. You see, the tap water in Cuba might not be up to the same standards as the tap water in your home country. And let's be honest, no one wants to spend their vacation running to the bathroom every 5 minutes, right? So, to avoid unpleasant surprises, it's best to stick to water in sealed bottles and use it to brush your teeth. That way, if you get a stomachache, you can blame it on the mojitos, not the water. Now, I know you might be thinking, what about the ice cubes at the resort? Well, some resorts do use filtered water to make their ice cubes, but why risk it? You're on vacation, so why not play it safe and stick to sealed water bottles? Trust me, your stomach will thank you. If you enjoy our videos, join us on our journey worldwide by subscribing to our channel. Please click the bell icon to get notified when we publish a new travel video. Number 6, don't forget to bring a few gifts. It is an excellent idea to bring a few gifts to give to the locals you'll meet on your treat. That can go a long way in making a good impression and showing your appreciation. So, what kind of gifts should you bring? Well, how about a cash tip for the hotel staff or a package of diapers for a family in need? Or maybe some fishing gear for a local fisherman, or a pack of school supplies for a school teacher. And let's not forget about the little ones. Toys always make great gifts for children. I know some people might think that giving gifts like these might encourage people to beg or hurt national pride. But let's be real. When you're on vacation and want to help, it's hard to find fault with someone who wants to be generous. So, pack a few gifts in your suitcase and make some new friends in Cuba. Trust me, it will make your trip even more memorable. Number 7, don't forget to tip. When it comes to tipping in Cuba, it's not just about showing appreciation for good service. It's also about supporting the local economy. You see, the average salary in Cuba is like a tightrope walker's salary. Not much, and many of the hardworking locals rely on tips to supplement their income. This is particularly true for service workers such as hotel staff, tour guides, and restaurant servers who work hard to ensure that tourists have a comfortable and enjoyable experience, and often go above and beyond to make sure that visitors are happy. So, when you're out and about in Cuba, don't forget to bring some cash for tipping. Small tip can make a big difference in someone's life, and it's a way to show your appreciation for the service and hospitality you receive. Plus, it's a way to ensure your hotel room is cleaned and your drinks keep coming. And remember, tipping in Cuba is not just about the money. It's also a way to show respect and build a relationship with the local people. It's a way to say thank you, I appreciate you, in a very tangible way. So, pack some extra cash and don't be stingy with the tips. It's not just a nice thing to do. It's a way to make sure you have a fantastic vacation in Cuba. Number 9. Don't take unlicensed taxis. People who go to Cuba want to ride in one of those cool American cars from the 1950s. I don't blame you, they're pretty cool. But before you jump into one of those yank tanks or maquinas, it's essential to make sure they're licensed. On the other hand, many private taxis don't have meters, so you'll have to agree on a price before getting in. And let's not forget about the yellow 3-wheeled Coco taxis and pedal cabs. They're perfect for short trips, but make sure you agree on a price before you get in. But watch out, there are also unlicensed taxis, and they might be cheaper, but it's technically against the law to ride in them. And you might be setting yourself up for a scam or robbery. So, to stay on the safe side, stick with licensed taxis and make sure you agree on a price before getting in. That way you can enjoy the ride without any worries. Number 10. Don't take pictures of police or soldiers. Attention all shutterbugs! This is a friendly reminder about taking pictures in Cuba. Now, I know you're probably thinking, I just want to capture the beauty of the country and its people. And that's great, really it is. But when it comes to taking pictures of the police or military in Cuba, it's best to exercise caution. You see, in Cuba, it's against the law to take pictures of anyone in the military, police, or airport. Now, I know you might think it's just a picture. What's the big deal? Well, my friends, the authorities in Cuba take this law very seriously, and they might think you're a spy or question you poorly if they catch you taking pictures when they're around. So, to avoid any unwanted attention from the authorities and ensure you don't get mistaken as a spy, it's best to keep your camera in your pocket when the police or military are around. And don't worry, there are plenty of other beautiful things to photograph in Cuba, like the architecture, the beaches, and the locals. Trust me, your camera will have plenty to do. Number 11. Don't order a papaya daiquiri. A quick lesson on the do's and don'ts of ordering drinks in Cuba. But before you order a papaya daiquiri, let me tell you something. You shouldn't use the word papaya anywhere in Cuba. It's like a swear word. It's rude slang for vagina, and it's very offensive to many Cubans. So, the delicious fruit was renamed frutabamba. So, the next time you go to a Havana fruit stand or a bar, ask for a frutabamba instead. And trust me, it will taste just as delicious as a papaya daiquiri, but without the uncomfortable conversation. So, remember folks, when in Cuba, stick to frutabamba and avoid any awkward situation and enjoy your drink. Number 12. Don't click pictures of locals without asking them. Before you start clicking away, let me remind you of something important. Like you, the locals don't want to be captured without permission. Think about it. Would you like it if someone took your picture without asking first? So, no matter where you are, always remember to ask permission before taking a portrait. It's polite, and it's the right thing to do. And you know what? By doing so, you'll not only get permission to take a great picture, but also the chance to get to know the locals and their stories. So, when you're in Cuba, remember to ask permission before taking pictures and try to get to know the locals. Trust me, it will make your pictures and your vacation even more memorable. And remember, when in Cuba, respect the locals and enjoy capturing the beauty and culture of the place. That wraps up our list today. Would you add anything to this list of things not to do in Cuba? Let us know in the comments box below. Remember, if you enjoyed today's video, let us know by tapping the like button before you go. And if you're hungry for more content like this, be sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Please ring the bell so you're always the first to know when we drop a new video. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.